Hey everybody, Sarah at Caddy Garage. So today I'm going to tell you guys the story of Greenlease, the Greenlease dealership. It's a very tragic story, but like I said in my video yesterday, it's one that I think needs to be told. So I have some information that one of my viewers was actually kind enough to send in. I have a lot of stuff here. Been doing a lot of studying about it the last couple days. He is a dealership historian, so he knows a lot about it, and I knew some things about it before I did this video, but when I started to do some digging, I learned a lot more. So like I said, I just have some of his notes here. Very grateful to him for helping me out with that. He wanted to remain anonymous, so I'm not going to mention any names. But so Robert Greenlease was born in 1882, and he was very much an entrepreneur. He was actually the gentleman who started one of the first Cadillac dealerships, Greenlease. It was the first Cadillac dealership west of the Mississippi. And he actually started it leasing cars. That's how he got started in life. So I'll just read this real quick. It says, the Greenlease family would otherwise be known for success in business and generosity in philanthropy. Except for the tragedy that struck in September of 1953, Robert C. Greenlease was one of Kansas City's earliest and most successful car dealers. Raised on a horse farm near Slater, Missouri, his family moved to Kansas City, where he eventually worked for his uncle at the Weber Engine Company. At the age of 21, Robert Greenlease began production of the Kansas City Hummer, a 5-passenger vehicle that never quite succeeded. He then began an automobile repair business and blossomed into the Central Automobile and Livery Company. The car rental business was ideally suited for exploring Kansas City's newly expanded park and boulevard system. In 1908, Greenlease acquired Kansas City's first Cadillac dealership. He ultimately became a millionaire and the Midwest's largest car dealer distributor for Cadillac and General Motors. Robert Greenlease married his second wife, Virginia Pollock, in 1939. The couple had 2 children, Virginia Sue and Robert Jr. On September 28, 1953, the family's peaceful world was shattered. Bobby Greenlease was taken from Notre Dame de Sion School by a woman who claimed that his mother was very ill, Bonnie Brown Hetty, and her accomplice, Carl Austin Hall. They turned out to be kidnappers who demanded $600,000 for Bobby's safe return. After the money was delivered, the 2 were arrested in St. Louis. The nation was shocked by the confession that Bobby was killed within hours of the abduction. Hetty and Hall were executed within the year. The Greenlease parents, forever associated with the tragedy that befell them, donated much of their wealth over the years to Kansas City organizations. Robert Greenlease died in 1969, and his daughter, Virginia Sue, died in 1984. Virginia Greenlease, who continued her philanthropy even after her death in 2000, Virginia Greenlease, his wife, died in, I can't read, you guys. Let's try this one more time. Virginia Greenlease, his wife, continued her philanthropy even after her death in 2001. The campus of Rockhurst High School bears the Greenlease name, and a final auction of the family's heirlooms benefited Rockhurst University as a tribute to the priest that helped a mother through her deepest grief. So that was something that was written, Missouri Valley Special Collections biography that I just read to you guys right here. You can find a lot of stuff online, many more detailed videos than this that I'm doing. But what got me started on this, I never knew anything about the story until I bought the limo that I gave to my mom, the first 1960 limo. I will put I will put pictures in the end of this video. It had the Greenlease tag on the trunk. And that was the first dealership tag I had ever seen on a car. I wasn't really too familiar. This was many, many years ago. I wasn't too familiar with dealership tags, but back in the day, dealerships would put the name of their dealership on their cars that they sold. So when we got this limousine and it said Greenlease on the trunk, we're like, Greenlease, what is that? So we Googled it, and when you Google it, all of this just comes up instantly, because I mean, it was one of the biggest stories in history back in 1953. Some other facts that I came up with, Robert Greenlease was an older man when Bobby was born. He was 65, and Virginia was his second wife, and Virginia and him had a daughter in 1941. Robert Greenlease also had another older son from his first marriage. His name was Paul. And back in the day, $600,000 apparently was the largest ransom ever demanded in history, and the kidnappers wanted it all in small bills, 10s and 20s, I'm guessing, so that it probably couldn't be tracked as easily. just it's a very dark story, but like I said, one that definitely needs to be told. And there's many more videos on YouTube if you guys want to do some more digging on it. I don't want to use the word interesting. I mean, it is interesting, but it's also absolutely heart-wrenching at the same time. But like I said, if you guys want to know more about it, there's lots of great videos out there. I will be posting lots of pictures in the end of this video so you guys can kind of see everything that I'm talking about. But yeah, that's the story of Greenlease and how it became so world-renowned. So anyway, guys, kind of like I said, very sad story. But anyway, thank you for tuning into the channel, and I hope you'll check out the rest of the video. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Okay, guys, so getting into some of the pictures, there's my mom's limo, and as you guys can see, there's the Greenlease tag. I tried to zoom in on some of these pictures so you could see them just a little bit better. But that's what started all this, because I never knew what that was about until we got that car. There's the Greenlease dealership back in the day and the showroom. These are some pictures from the early days when he first started out. I'm sorry if all of these aren't in the most perfect chronological order, but I was just kind of doing a collage of pictures. There's him and his wife. There's Robert and Bobby. This is Bobby's school that he attended and was kidnapped from. This was the woman who made up the story about his mom being ill and taking him, and this was her accomplice. These two gentlemen here are the police officers that finally arrested them. This here is the backyard of Hetty. This was her house, and that's her house where they found Bobby's body buried. This is a photo of all the cash lined up. Actually, only half of it. You guys will have to check out some of the other videos on YouTube to explain more of that. Like I said, I just kind of barely touched on this, but there's a lot more videos if you guys want to check into it. That's from Bobby's funeral. That's a very good video right there. The gentleman got into great detail. That's their grave sites. And then a plaque in memorial of him. And then this is the dealership kind of more in the later days. You guys can see by the years of Cadillac, it's getting later and later in time. This is a postcard that I guess they used to send out with some advertising about them. This is a picture of a service jacket. The gentleman who sent me a lot of this information, I believe, owns that jacket. Like I said, he's a dealership historian. This is some stuff when the building was deemed historic, some papers. And like I said, this is all online that you guys can look it up for yourselves. It's very, very interesting. And then this is some pictures after the dealership was finally closed down. Very sad to see it in that condition, not being a car dealership anymore. But also notice all the details on the actual building itself, like right here, the Cadillac crests. It's just a beautiful brick building. They really knew how to build things back in the day. This is some more current pictures of it in color now. Obviously, you guys can still see those Cadillac crests. There's a before and after, what it looks like now. And then apparently now it's an athletic club. Here's some more pictures before it turned into the athletic club. That's a car ramp that you see there. They used to drive the cars in and out of there. An elevator shaft, most likely a car lift that they could take cars up and down. Those Cadillac crests are still very well preserved. This was the old showroom. You can see the Cadillac crests at the top of the posts. There's a close-up picture of them. The architecture was just amazing. But anyway, guys, I hope that video wasn't too boring for you. And like I said, if you want to check out more information, there's a lot more in-depth videos. The story, like I said, very dark, very tragic, but definitely one that people should know about. It was a huge part of history back in 1953. So like I said, guys, thank you as always for supporting my channel and checking in to watch this video. I'll see you guys on the next Cadillac adventure. Have a blessed evening.